Okay, so we're going to talk about radiators because, wow, do they destroy plants. So they're hot. A radiator is super hot. This is actually quite hot right now. And I left my plants above the radiator. Normally I'll switch them out, but I wanted to see what would happen and then what to do about it. So these plants are just annihilated. The citronella is so sad. That citronella does actually do quite well though, it seems, above the radiator, because I wanted to test it for a month before I really talked to you guys about it. I've done it. I've had plants above and not above radiators for years in the winter. Again, I'm in Chicago, so I'm in the Midwest, in the north. So it's a dry, cold climate in the winter, and some of these places have radiators. So what a radiator is it brings hot water into these coils. It gets super hot and releases, by way of it being full of hot water, heats up the room that it's in. So it's just getting heat into the room by it naturally going up, because heat rises. So it's going to rise. Anything above it is going to be just cooked. If you were to put any plants on it, it's such a bad idea, because they're gonna die. I don't even recommend putting succulents above a radiator. I don't put anything on it. I will have a bunch of things on this when it's not on, but as soon as the radiator's on, no. This plant wall is normally full of plants. I took a ton of them off because they're just not going to survive. So this thing is so sad. It's still got some leaves growing, so I took it off. Hopefully it kind of comes back to life. But I wanted to see how quickly they were going to die, and the answer is pretty quick. They just dry out really, really fast. And not only that, but look at how sad this thing is. Not only that, is the leaves are gonna dry. It's just gonna get so everything is just dead. So the answer is, don't put stuff above your radiator. It's a bad choice, unless it's a succulent. But don't put it on the radiator. Don't put anything on the radiator, other than water, if you wanted to have the water be released into the room as moisture. But even if you do that, it's not going to be nearly as much as if you had a humidifier. That's going to do so much more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bunch of these, like these succulents here, for example. These succulents I'm gonna kind of cut, and then I'm gonna put them in different planters above the radiator, is what I'm gonna do. And see how that goes over the winter. And it should go fine. But not on the radiator. We're not gonna put anything on the radiator that's a plant. That's a poor choice. So your answer, can you put things on the radiator? No, stop it, don't do that. Can you put things above the radiator? Kind of. Not generally, no, but kind of. There's certain plants that you could do that with, like succulents. A citronella plant absolutely is not a succulent, but it's a geranium, and it seems to be doing decently. It looks like this because it had dried out so quickly because of the radiator. That's the other thing, is that anything that's above it is going to dry out a lot faster, because that heat is going to release the heat up the water and then release it into the room. So you're going to have to water things a lot faster. It's like once the radiator kicks on, anything above it is kind of toasted. I put a lot of these plants over here. Like this one's doing all right. The Suxalis is doing okay, mainly just because it's not that close to the radiator. I'm surprised actually that this purple passion plant is doing as okay as it is. I wouldn't say it's doing good, since the radiator kicked on a month ago. It's not doing great, but it's doing okay. Is the answer? It's doing okay. So I got this Sansevieria, the snake plant, which I'm gonna put up here and see how it goes above a radiator in this. It is gonna be, I'm gonna put it like right above it. It's gonna be right there. That's what I like about this system that I made is that it's very modular. So this is gonna go up, but that's fine. This would cook it. So totally roast it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put these plants by it, but I'm not gonna put them above it. It seems to me I need to get a few more succulents to put above that radiator. So just planted this one. These are from cuttings, so there's no roots yet. And I'm gonna put this a little higher. And I just watered it. So we'll see how it goes. This Christmas cactus does fine, does great above it. So yeah, I think succulents are the key above radiator, but not touching the radiator. These again, these are gonna die. I'm gonna move these. But there we go.